wild heifer. $2. 210 20 and 210 20 and 210 20 30 we get 30 we get 240 we get 50 we get 60 going to be 250 60 and 250 we get 260 Bryce 250 something 8 probably in Prague 8 in Prague 9 in Prague Steer 275 here 275 here 75 here 75 75 75 75 get 5 and 7 of 80 and 280 we get 280 we get 280 280 280 and 75 going to be 280 we get 280 we get 85 85 and 90 we get 295 we get 95 95 95 and 3 we get 3 and 95 we get 3 and 95 we get 3 and 95 we get 3 poke 295 93 83 $2 210 and 210 20 we get 210 20 bit of 20 210 20 bit of 210 20 and 210 20 we're going to be 210 20 $1.50 $1.50 $1.50 $1.50 $1.50 pound $1.50 there dollar bid 110 going to be 110 going to be 110 here 10 20 and 20 30 130 40 $1.40 we get 40 Terry had 40 40 10 40 30 40 and half 50 we get 50 there going to be 140 we get 50 B 40 half 50 here so 140 Terry 1 Old broke leg, $2. 210 and 210 you get 210 going to be 210 20 and 210 20 210 20 going to be 20 going to be 20 you get 20 bit of 20 going to be 20 going to be 20 you get 20 here Terry 210 9 Odd turns on dollar 110 20 and 120 we get 30 we get 40 we get 40 we get 50 we get 60 70 170 180 190 going to be 200 210 210 20 30 and 230 40 240 50 we get 250 60 250 260 and 250 we get 260 and tone 250 You kept bidding? Was he not bidding? He's bull. One nutted bull. $1.50. $1.55, 60, $1.60, and to get about 70, 170, 175, 75, 80, 185, 85, 90, 195, 95, 95, 95, and 95, you get 95 and 2, 195, you get 205, go to be 205, 10, and 210, go to be 215, go to be 215, 20, and 225, 225, you get about 225, you get about 225, you get about 225, go to be 5, you get about poke, 220, 19X. Everyone's got a little something. $1. 110 and 110, good to be 110, good to be 110, good to be 110, bit of a 10, 20, good to be 20, 30, bit of 30, bit of 40, bit of 40, 30, 40, 50, and 50, 60, good to be 50, 60, 70, 30, good to be 70, 80, good to be 180, 90, $1.90, good to be 80, bit of 90, good to be 80, bit 90, 30, good to be 80, bit 90, 30, good to be 80, 90, and now 80, 90, good to be 90, bit of 90, good to be 90, bit of 90, good to be 90, here, so 180, Terry, 9. 225. 225, 30, and 225, to get 35, 35, 35, 35, 225, 35, and 225, to get 35, 225, to get 35, 235, to get 5, to get 5, to get 5, to get 5, here, poke, 225, 99. Deer, $3. $3.10 and $3 to get $3 here, $275.80 and 75 go to 280 75 go to 275 275 75 75 275.80 and 280 to get 280 75 go to 280 75 go to 280 to get 280 to get 280 here, poke 275 17x. So this heifer is guaranteed open for the nice lady. $3. $3.05 and $3.05 to get 5 to get 5 and 30 to get 3 to get 3 to get 3 to get 3 275.80 and 275 280 and 75 go to 280 to get 275 280 and 280 to get 280 to get 280 75 285 85 90 to get 295 to get 95 and 95 295 295 and 95 to get 95 to get 95 here's holder 290 put them on number. Paula, you said, who'd you say? Jason's Barnhart 30. X and Preg. Little crossbred lady. $2. $2.10 and $2.10 and $2.10 and $2.10 20 $2.20 30 to get 30 to get 40 to get 50 going to be 260 going to be 50 to get 260 to get 50 going to be 260 50 60 50 260. Bryce 250 8x Preg. 9x. She's already been checked. Just put her on 9. Yeah, it won't take long to get them. They're ready. $2. $2.10 and $2.10 good with 210 210 210 210 210 210 210 $1.50 $1.50 60 70 170 180 190 190 good with 200 10 210 210 210 guys right out here 210 and 210 and 210 bit of 10 good with 210 get 210 210 Bryce $2 7x Preg. Yeah. 6x. I can't hardly see that screen. Them numbers are so little. Six, yeah. That's not ready, John. Yep. A little slow. I know it. Oh, $1.50. $1.50 60 $1.50 60 70 170 175 group 180 185 85 and 100 group 195 95 got 95 2 and 95 group 2 195 2 here group 195 2 195 group 2 Bryce 195 I think 9x yeah 9x. He is a good kid. Little crippled. $2. 210 20 and 210 20 210 20 we get 220 we get 210 20 we get 210 20 and 210 20 and 210 bit of a 20 bit of a 20 bit of a 20 bit of a 20 we get 20 bit of a 20 30 and 30 40 we get 240 50 we get 240 50 and 240 we get 50 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 50 here Ricardo 240. A little steer calf, 350. 350 and 350 and 350 50 now 375 75 75 350 now 75 and 350 75 350 50 75 50 75 50 75 350 75 350 gives 75 ransom 350. Brad Langford. 275, here 275, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, 75 there, 75 here, guarantee them upon 275, 280, and 75, 80, and 75 here, 75 there, 75, 75, 250 times 5, and 255, 60, and 265, 65, 70, 275, and 75, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, top right, 85, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 90, and 100, even get 2, 100, even get 2, 100, even get 2, 100, going to be 290, 85, and 100, even get 90, going to be 90, even get 90, going to be 90, and 100 here, tub, 285, 18X. Heifer here, Kenneth Marks, 250, 255, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, you get 5 here, 5 here, go to 255, and 55 here, 5 here, Bryce, 250, 9X. Says the steer's been weaned for 90 days. Longer than that, don't he? $3 now 5 and 305 and $3 5 to get 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 5 305 and $3 5 now 5 now 5 to get $5 here 305 and 305 now 5 here now 5 here 5 to get 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 5 here now 5 here poke $3 on number 83. Guaranteed open. Borderman's. She's open, says. 275 and 275 80 and 75 go to 280 75 go to 280 even to get 280 even to get 280 75 go to 280 and now 80 even to get 280 even to get 285 85 85 and 90 even to get 295 and 95 and 3 even to get 3 and 95 even to get 3 and 95 go to 3 even to get 3 even to get 3 even to get 3 and 3 and 95 even to get 3 poke 295 80X frag. These heifers have been checked open. APO, guys. Checked open heifers. 320. 325 and 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 3 1/4 and 325, and 325, and 325, and 325, 30 and 330, and 330, and 330 and 25, and 330, 25, and 330, and 30 here. Sold them 325. Marhart 30. Take the X off your 80. Let her go. Load of them. Said get a load of them.
They're not as bad as they were yesterday. Oh, really?
Did they?
Okay. So then should be better. Okay, good.
Dead skunk? Yeah. 16 of them. Here's a Cowan, ladies. Alan Cowan.
Pretty nice.
Couple drafts of these heifers. They all look like her. It's going to be pretty nice. Start your heifer turn, guys.
Yeah, I got 2 loads of those coming.
2 loads like these coming?
Yeah.
Standards. Wow. Cow makers, guys. 310, and 310, and $3.10, and 310, 12 to 5, go to be 10, 12 to 5, 310, 12 to 5, go to be 10, 12 to 5, go to be 310, and 310, 10, 310, 310, 310, and 310, 10, here, $3, and 3 2 to high, go to be 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 250, and 3 2 and a half, and 3 2 and a half here, half here, half and a 5, and 3 and a 5 here, 750, and 7 and a half here, half here, go to be 750, and 3 7 and a half here, half here, go to be 750, and 7 and a half. and 10, and 300 him, but with 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 10, and 310, and 10, 11, and 310, 11, 11, 310, 11, 11, 310, 11, 11, 311, 311, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, group of 12, 11, group of 12, 11, group of 12. Here's sort of a 311, Kyle 1, 311, Kyle 1. Is that a preg? Yes. 1X. Alan Cowan. Alan Cowan. Here's a bigger sisters. Biggest right there, we'll guarantee him up on here, 250, and 255, and 55, and 50, and 5 here, and 55, going to be 60, going to get 5, going to be 70, going to get 5, going to be 75, going to be 85, 85, 85, and 100, going to get 2, and 100, going to get 2, and 100 here, 87, 50, 87 and a half here, 87 and a half here, 87, 50, 87 and a half online, you're out, 87, 50, 87 and a half here, 87 and a half here, 90, and 90, going to get 90, going to be 90, going to be 90, going to be 90 here, 92, 50, and 92 and a half here, half and half, group 92, 50, and 92 and a half here, 92 and a half here, Kyle 290, put him on pokey number 88X. Denton McNutt just had 9, 14, 9 and 14. These heifers are APO. Denton McNutt, guys, are checked open. 275 and 275 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, get 275, 5 here, 275 and 275 here, 75, 750 and 77 and a half, 70, 50 down, 83, good to be 2, 82 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, good to be 82 and a half, 5, 85, 85, 87 and a half, good to be 87 and a half, good to be 290 and 92 and a half, good to be 90, even to get 2 and a half, even to get 5 and 95 here, 97 and a half, 97, 50 down, 3, even to get 3 and 3, 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, good to be 250, you get 3, 2 and a half here, half here, but about here, good to be 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, good to be half. Varner, $3 on 80. Next size up, guys, right there. You're going to be nut heifers right there. You're going to be 14, and they are checked up on 250, half 5, and 55. 50, half 5 here, 55, 60, 5, and 65, 70, and 270, 270 online, going to be 270, and 275, and 75 here, 2 and a half, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, now 80, and 280 there, 80, now 82 and a half here, 85, 85 here, 87 and a half here, 87 and 90, and 92 and a half, 92, 55, and 95, 97 and 97, 97, 50, 97 and a half here, now 3, and 97 and 3, 3, and 3, 3, and 97 and going to be 3, 3, and 97 and going to be 3, so about 297 and a half, Varner, 88. Jeff Hayes from Fletcher.
Oh, they're nice too, man.
Couple of routes east, cattle guys. 285 and 285 there. You're going to be 285 there. You're going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, 87, 90, and 90, you're going to get 2 and a half, you're going to get 5, 95, 97, 97, and 3, you're going to get 3, 3, and 3, you're going to get 3, and 97, and going to be $3, and 97, and going to be 3, you're going to get 3, you're going to get 3, you're going to get 3, 250, and 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, you're going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 250, and 3, 2 and a half, you're going to get 2 and a half, you're going to get 5, and 3 and a half, you're going to get 5, you're going to get 5, you're going to get 750, and 7 and a half here, half here, you're going to be 37 and a half here, now online you're out, 3, 750, yes, 7 and a half here, half and a half, going to be 7 and a half, going to be 7 and a half, going to be 7 and a half here, now half here, so 305 H, 305 H. Just had two more. They're checked open. 250 and 255 and 50 and half 5 here, 55 and half, 55, 55, 250 and 50 and half 5 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 260, 265 and to get about 270, we get 275, we get 275, 275 and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, Bryce, 270 on 9. They have been checked. That's double V's. 90 days. Yeah.
90 days.
90 days. Laredo, Texas. They're checked open. Laredo, Texas, guys, right there. Nice Heifers here, right there, here. $3, 2.5, and 3, 250. Yeah, 3, 2.5 here, half here, half here. Going to be 250, and 3, 2.5 here, half and a half. Going to be 2.5, going to get 2.5, going to be 2.5, going to get 5, and 305, and 3.5, going to get 5, going to get 5, going to get 5, 305, and $3.5 here, 5, going to get 5, going to get 5, going to get 5, 305, and 3.5 here, 750, and 7.5, going to be 6, 7, and 7, 7, 5 here, going to be 8, and 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, 10, 3, 10, 11, and 3, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12 here, 11, going to be 3, 12 here, H, 311 on number 1. Let's go to Ida Bell. Dennis West. Be 3 drafts these cattle. So the light ones yesterday. 45 days waiting, guys, right there, and they're checked open. 310, 310, 1250. Yeah, 310, 12 and a half here. 310, 12 of a van. Go to be 10, 12 of a van. Go to be 10, 12 of a van. Go to be 10 and 12 of a van. Go to be 310, 1250. And 312 and a half here. 12 of a van and 12 of a van. Go to be 12 of a van. 10, 1250. And 310, 12 and a half here. 12 of a van and 12 of a van. 15 and 315 and 15. 50, 50, 50, 17 and a half. 17, 50 down. 17, 20 and half. 20, 3, 22 and a half. And 2 and a half. Go to be 3, 22 and a half. And 22 and a half here. Now 30 and 25 and 25 here. 25, 25. 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 750 now 30 and 3, 30, we get 3, 30, we get 3, 30, going to be 30, we get 30, going to be 30, we get 30 now 30 and a half, 30, we get 30, but 30 there, going to be 30, but 30 there, going to be 30 here. H 320, 7 and a half on 2. Steve Standridge, how in the world are you? Breaking ice this morning? Chopping ice? Chopping ice this morning? Yesterday morning. Lots of mail. One cattle from Idabel. 310, 12 and a half, and 310, 12 and a half, go to be 10 and 12 and a half, go to be 10, 12 and a half, go to be 310, and 310, 12 and a half, go to be 10, 12 and a half, 310, 310, 310, 310, 310, 310, $3, and 3 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, go to be 5, go to be 5, go to be 5, 7 and a half, 10, go to be 310, 310, 12 and a half, and 310, 12 and a half, go to be 10, 12 and a half, go to be 10, 12 and a half, go to be 3 and 15, and 15, 17 and a half, 17, 20, and 320, go to get 2 and a half, go to be 22 and a half, bit of a half here, go to be 20, that 2 and a half, go to be 22 and a half, poke 320, 602. Four more bigger girls here. 275 Arrow Open and 275.80 and 75. Going to be 280. 75. Going to 280. We get 280. We get 280. 75. 280 and 280. We get 285. 85. 85 and 90. We get 95 and 95. 95. 3. We get 3 and 9. 2 and a half. Going to be 2 and a half. We get 250 and 3 2 and a half here. We go to 2 and a half. We get 2 and a half. Bit of a half here. Going to be 2 and a half here. Tub $3. 18 to be 18. Yes, sir. Here's the deals. Up there at Enid, ain't they? Up there at Enid. Different deal. 11 head of these deal cattle, guys. Little cow maker, little Angus cattle. They're checked open. $3 bid, and 3 2.5, and 3 2.5 here, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, bit of that here, 250, and 3 2.5 here, now 5, and 3.5, 5, now 305, and $3.5 here, 7.5, 750, yes, 7.5 here, 7.5, 750, and 3 7.5 here, 750 and a half here, H, 305 on 1.
Here's old Steve Lynch.
Here's Lynch, Steve Lynch.
They're
Yep.
100-something days weaned.
100-something days weaned. Detroit, Texas.
Yearling. Checked over.
$3 bid, 3 2.5, and 3 2.5 here, half and a half, 2.5, 5, and 305, and 305, 5 here, 305, and 305, 750, and 7.5, 10, 310, 310, 310, 310, and now 10, 10, 12, 10, 12, 15, 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 50, 17 and a half here, now 20, and now 20 by 20 here, now 20, now 2.5, and 22 and a half, 5, and 25, 27 and a half, 30, 3, 30, 3, 30, 3, 30 by 30, and now 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30 here, Kyle, 327 and a half on number 11. A little bit of old grays and Everett's here, guys. I like these Purvines. Purvine right there, going to be up there at Fay, Oklahoma, guys. Wing. $320, $325, and $325, and $325, and $25 here, $325, $25, $25, $25, $325, and $325 here, $30, and now $30, now 5, and $335, $35, $40, $3, $40, $3, $40, $3, $40, $340, and $35, $40, $40, $40, $340, and $35, $45, and $45, $45, $45, $45, $50, $3, $50, $355, and $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $60, $360, $360, and $360 out bill, $360, $55, $60, and $355, $60, bit of $60, 60 here, poke 355 on number 60. Jernigan cattle guys, they were long weaned guys down there at Madill, Oklahoma, right there, over 75 days weaned. They are checked open down there at Madill, guys, right there, here, 3 and 2.5, and 3 2.5, and 3 2.5 here, 2.5, 5, and 5.5, 7.5, going to be 7 of 10, and 3 10, bit of 10, 12 of 10, 12 of 15, $1.5, 15, and 15, 17 and a half, 17 and 20, and 20, going to be 20, and 20, 320, and 20 by 23, and 23, going to be 20, going to be 20, bit of 20, bit of 20, going to be 20, and 20 here, H 317 and a half, 1. Yeah, they do. Jernigan's. Yep. I talked to his manager. We had a deal, I'll tell you after this. Herring cattle, guys. 13 head of these cattle, they're open. Checked open, herrings. $3, 2.5, and 3 2.5, and 3 2.5 here, 2.5, 250, and $3, and now 3, and 3, 250, 275, 280, and 285, and 285, 85, and 90, 295, and 95, 95, 95, and 3, and 3, 2.5, 5, and 3 5, 750, and 7, 7 of 10, and 310, 310, 310, 310, 12 of 10, 12 of 10, 12 of 12 of 15, and 15, and 15, 7, 8 and a half, 20, and hand 20, bit of 2 and a half, going to be 20, bit of 2 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, 5, and 25, and 25 here, 25 here, 25, 25, 25, 25, 27, 50, and 27 and a half here, 27, 50 and a half, going to be 27 and a half here, H, 325, 2. Shirley Roberts right there, Gary Reed right there, going to be 75, Snyder, Oklahoma, and 2 rounds on their checked open. Raise them all, guys, right there, here, 325, and 25-30, and 25-30, 335, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 3, 35, 3, 35, 335, and 35-40, and 45, 45, 345, 50, and 50, 50, 53, 53, 150, and 50, 53, 53, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, and 50, 45, 50, and 45, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 here. Poke 345, Horner, number 60. They're checked open. A year ago. Here's some more of them cattle guys. Here, nice. Shirley Roberts, guys, Snyder. Over 75, raised every one of them. They are the nuts, guys, right there. 3.2.5, 5, and 305, and 305, and 5, here, and 5, here, 5, 5, 750, and 7 and 10, go to 3, 10, 12 and a half, go to 10, 12 and a half, 15, and 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 20, and now 20, go to 2 and a half, go to 22 and a half, go to 22, 50, and 20, we get 2 and a half, go to 20, we get 2 and a half, go to 22, 50, and 322 and a half here, what about 1, and 2, and 22, we get 3, and 22, we get 3, and 23, we get 3, and 23, we get 3, and 23, we get 4, and 24, 25 here, 5 here, going to be 24, now 5, and 25, and 25 here, 5 here, going to be 4, we get 5 here, 5 here, 24, we get 5 here, 24, we get 5, H, 324 on 2. Steers after a while. Yeah, he called, or I talked to the manager, he said that shit. White-faced cattle. De Leon, Texas. Pretty stick-out set of heifers here, guys. All these cattle be born and raised together. They're 60 days weaned. They've had 2 rounds all their shots. Winkles. Nice, ladies, right there, here, 322 and a half, and 2250, and 322 and a half here, half here, half here, going to be 2255, and 25, yeah, 25 here, 5 here, 5 here, going to be 325, and 25 here, and 25, and 25 here, 25 here, 2750, and 7 30, and 30, we get 3, 30, we get 3, 30, we get 3, 30, we 30, and 30, we get 30, going to be 30, we get 30, going to be 30, we get 32 50, and 32 and a half here, half and a half, going to be 32 50, yeah, 32 and a half here, half here, going to be 32 and a half, going to be half, H, 330 on 3. Nice cattle. Nice pins. Clinton Bear. Yep. Here's a Bear cattle down at Munster. 39 ahead of these ladies. Denton, did you have all heifers? Sold out. Missed it again. Done good. Thank you, Denton. Clinton Bear guys right there here, right there, 275 and 75, yeah, 75 and 75, 75, 275 and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 275, 50 and 77 and 77 and a half here, 70, 50 and 77 and a half and 80 and now hit it here and half one here, 83, 85, 87, 87 here, 80 here, 89, 89, good to be 89, 89, 90 here, 291 and 90 here, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 2 and 92, 3, 93, big 93, big 92, 3, 4, and 94, 5, and 95 here, 6 here, and 95, going to be 695, 6 here, and 95, 6, 7, and 97, 97, 98, 98, 99, big 99, 93, and now 1, and 301, and 1 here, 1 here, 301, and 301 here, 1 here, 1 here, 301, and 301 here, 1 here, 1 big 1 here, 301, H, $3 on 1. Let's go to Waco. Cole. Going to be 1 load of Cole Thompsons this week, guys. Here's 49 of them. Long lean, guys. Starts him a little bit. He starts a pretty good one, too, guys. Here's Cole Thompson's. $3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, here, 2 and 5, and 3 and 5, big 5, big 5, big 5, big 5, big 5, 5, 305, and 3, 750, and 7 and 10, 3, 10, 12 of 10, 10, 12 of 3, 10, 12 of 10, 12 of 15, and 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 20, and 3, 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, 3, 20, and now 20, big 3, 20, big 3, 20, going to be 20, and 20, 20 here, 3, 20, and now 20, big 3, 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, big 20, big 20, and now 20, big 3, 20, big 3, 20, going to be 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 20. Kyle, 317 and a half, 11. $25 more little exotic, ladies. Here's more Coles. Yep, they're checked open. $285, and 285 there, you're going to be 285 there, you're going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 285, 85 here, 85 of 5 here, 85, big 290, and now 90, and now 90 here, 85, big 290 here, 95, 95, 95 and 3, big 3, and 95, big 3, and 97 going to be 3, down 250, and 2.5, 5, and 3.5, big 5, 750, and a half here, going to be 750, and now 10, 310, 310, 310, 1250, and 10, 12, and a half, 310, 12, 15, and 315, we get 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 20, and now 20, going to be 22 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, 5, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 27, 50, and 7 and a half, going to be 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 27, 50, it's 27 and a half here, half here, bit of a half here, so 325, Varner, 602. Thank you, Colt. Get a load of these cattle, guys. Load of heifers and a load of steers. RWC, Calera. Hybrid Vigor.
Nice guy.
Raised most of these cattle, he said. One's got a short tail. One has a little short tail, he said. She'll be on there. He does, doesn't he? They all in? Good night, ladies here. 265, and 65, and 65, and 65, 750, and 6750, now 70, and 270, we get 2.5, going to be 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75 here, 750, and 77, going to be 280 here, 80, and 2.5 here, 81 here, 81 here, 81 outside, 81, $80 to 83, 84, now 4, 84 5, 85 600 there, 86 7 here, 87, 86 7 here, 87, 87 here, 87, going to be 87, 86 7 here, 87 bid here, 87 by here, 87, 87 here, 87 here, $88, and now 8, 80 pound here, 89, 89 here, 89 here, sort of a 2, 88, Varner, number 80, 90, Varner 90. Kyle, 2.
Okay, I'm changing that up to a Kyle 2. Last year that was a Kyle 2.
Pretty easy. Load of these.
Gonna be low to these cattle guys up there at Enid. Here comes the first 54.
Kind of upgrade.
Yep, made them pretty black, white face cattle.
Okay, this will be a straight draft of 54. I should have 27 in there.
Hey, hey. You doing all right?
Hello? Yes.
Pretty nice cattle guys. Starts with a good one.
Who's this? I'm sorry.
275, here's 75, here's 75, 75, 7, or 275, and 75, here's 75, 75, 75, 75, to get 275, go to 275, go to 275, and 75, here's 75, 75, 75, 75, get 5, and 75, here's 75, 75, 70, 50, and now 80, and 283, 80, going to be 1, 82, 81, 2, 82, 83, 83, 84, here, 85, 86, 85, 86, 85, 86 here, 85, 6, 85, 86 out of there, 85, 86 here, 85, group of 6, tub, 285, 18, X.
Right in there,
We'll cut it up. Look, colors here, 275.80 and 75.80 and 275.80, 275.80 and 283, 280, 275.80 and 75.80, 275, 275, 80 and now 80 there, 80, 280 and 75 here, 75, 75, 75. There we go, 275, 275, now 80. 280, 85, 85 here, 255, 85 here, 85, 735, 85 here, 87, 87, 67, 87, 88 there, 89, 90, 90, 90, and 100 here, 90 here, 90, and 100, 90 there, 90, 90, 90, 90 here, Hokey, 289, put up a number 80. X. Thank you, Dale. Ryan Crittenbrick. No implants in these cattle guys. 29 head of Ryans. They're checked up, but no implants. 250 pound, 250 and a half 5, and 55, 50 and a half 5 here, now 55 and a 5 here, 5 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and 260, and now 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 70, and 270, 270, 2 and a half, and 70, 2 and a half, going to be 70, 2 and a half, going to be 72, 50, yeah, 72 and a half 5, and 75 here, 75, 750, and 77 and a half, now 80 there, 80, you give 80 here, 82, 50, 82 and a half, now 5, 85 here, 85 here, 87 and a half here, 87, 50, 87 and a half here, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87, 50 and a half here, half here, so 285, Varner, 88.
Hello? Okay, you're all right. Come on. Yeah,
Thank you, Reno.
we'll be ready. Oh, just Heifer deal looks about like it was 2 weeks ago to me. About like it was
Colton Scott guys, Soper, Oklahoma. They're checked open.
a little better than that.
Scott Cattle, $3, 2 and a half, and 3, 250, and 3, 2 and a half, 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 250, and 3, 2 and a half, outside, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 250, and 3, 2 and a half, 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 and 3, 2 and a half, 5, and 3 and a 5, 3, and a 4, and 3 and 4, and a 4, 3 and 4, and 3 and 4 and a 5 here, 5 and a 5 here, 5, 305, 306, and now 6, and 305, 36 here, 6, 7, and now 7, and now 7, 7, 7, $8, and 3 now 8 here, 9, hand high, you get 9 here, $8 and hide, and hand high here 10, and hand here, 9, 10, 11, and 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, and 3 on 12, 12, and 13, 13, 14, and 14, 14 here, so 313, Kyle, 12.
Hello?
Kyle 12.
Yeah, I'll have him call you. Hey, here's a
Thank you to the Scots guys right there. Haver Camp cattle sitting up here with us.
Waco, nice guy.
Cattle 90 days weaned. Looks like a raising guy down there south of Waco. Haver Camp cattle. 90 days on the weaning days. How they here, 335, 40, and 35, 40, and 35, 40, 40, and 5, and 45 here, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 345, and 45, 45, 345, 50, and 50, 50, 350, and 350, 50, 50, 50, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 355, and 55 here, 55, 355, and 55 here, 5 here, 60, and 360, and now 5, and 70, 370, 370, 370, and now 70, going to be 70, going to be 70, 70, 370, and now 70, going to be 70, 70, going to be done, 370, going to be 70, 70, H, 365 on 4.
There's a big sister.
55 more. One raising cattle guy down there south of Waco. They're 90 days. Weaned in 2 rounds. Charlie's get big. I like that man's recipe. 320, 2 and a half, and 320, and 320, 2 and a half, going to be 20, 2 and a half, going to be 20, 2 and a half, going to be 20, 250, and 320, 2 and a half, and 25 here, 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 30 and a half, 32 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, now 5, and 335, and 335, yeah, but Tubby. 335, 335, yep, 335, 335, and 335, 35, 750, and 37, 40, 340, 2 and a half, going to be 40, 2 and a half, 42, 50, and 45, and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, and 345 here, 5 here, 345, yeah, 45 here, 5, 5 here, Tubby, 342 and a half, 26. So you got steers later? Steers later. Yeah. Here's a Dameron cattle guy's been selling these all year long, doesn't he? Seems like all summer and fall long. Here's a Dameron cattle guys. Checked open. Carter and Dameron, Blanket, Texas. Here 275, here 275, 75, 75, 75, 75, 80, and 275, give 80, 75, group of 280, 75, group of 280, and 280, 280, we get 285, 85, 85, 87, 87, 87, 50, 87, 90, and 90, you get 91, 91, 92, we get 92, we get 92, 91, 2, and 93, we get 3, and 4, here, 4, you get 94, and 93, we get 4, 93, we get 4, 95, and 95, 6, here, 95, group of 695, group of 6, 7, and 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 6, 7, and 97, 97, 97, we get 97, we get 97, we get 97, going to be 7, so about 296, Varner, 80, Varner, 80, X. 6 more here, 275, 80, and 75, 80, and 75, go to 280, 75, go to 280, 75, go to 280, and 75, go to 275, 82, 75, go to 285, 85, 85, 90, we get 290, 290, 290, 290, 285, 90, 85, 90, here, go to 87, 90, and 90, 2 and a half, we get 90, we get 2 and a half, go to 90, we get 2 and a half, go to 90, 255, and 95, 750, and 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 50, and 97 and a half here, 97, 50, and 97 and a half here, 97 and a half here, Tubby 295, 18X. Here comes a 14 more. $285, 85 there, 85, 85, 285, 85, 87, 87, 87, 50, 87 and a half here, 87, group 87, group 87, 87, 50, 90, and 90, and 90, 90 there, group 90, 90, group 2, 90, 90, and 90, 90 there, group 90, 90, group 90, 90, group 90, group 90, group 90, 90 here, Tubby, 287 and a half, 18X. Thank you guys from Blanket, Texas. How do they sort them so much? Did every draft weigh 796? Go back. 796, 796. What was the first draft? 794.
Who's that?
Quattro, Gary. Howard Ranches. They're checked open. They sleeved open here with a 310 and 310, 1250. 10, 12 and a half here, 10, 10, 1250. And 310, 12 of a group of 10, 12 of a group of 310, 12 of a group of 310, 1250. And 310, 12 and a half here, group of 10, 12 of a group of 10, 12 of a group of 10, 12 of a 10, 12 of a, what to do it? 10, 1250. And 310, 12 and a half, group of 10 and 12 of a group of 10, 12 of a $3, 2 and a half, and 3, 2 and a half. 2 and a half here, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, group of 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 3, 2 and a half. And 3, 2 and a half here, half here, half and half, 3, and half 3, and half 3, we get 3, and 3, and 3, we get 3, here, 275, 275, 80, 275, 280, now 5, 285, 90, 295, 295, we get 3, 295 to 3, and 95 to 3 online. You're out 3, and 95 to 3, and 95 to 3, to 3, and 95 to $3, 95 to 3, and 95 to 3. Varner 295, number 62. 14 more Heifers are there here, 275 and 75.80 and 75.80 here, 75 280 here, 75.80 and 275 give 80, 75 give 80, 275 give 80 and 280 there, 80 give 80, 275 and 75 here, 75 now 80, 85 and 90 and 290 87 and 90, we get 292 and a half, group 92 and a half, 5 and 95 and 95 and 95 here, 5 to give 95 to give 95 to give out here, Tubby 292 and a half, 18. Here, Stevie's.
Should be about 100. Now you can get started.
Be about 100 of these heifers altogether brought in. Hold them in this morning. These heifers will be guaranteed open. He starts with a real good one. Be 98 of them. make you a big old Thanksgiving meal.
Go to the store and buy it.
Buys your ingredients.
Well, they're nice.
3-weighing
I'll
or
tell you that.
2-weighing? Reputation is in the ring. Working on Steve Standridge's ladies, guys. We'll guarantee him open. 250. 255 and 55 and 55 here 55 55 55 55 55 60 2 and a half 55 going to be 75 going to be 70 now 2 and a half 75 50 and 77 and a half and now 83 82 and a half here 82 and a half what about 1 81 and down to 82 out on line 82 82 3 84 85 here 85 55 85 6 86 here going to be 6 here 87 here 87 yes sir 87 87 here, half 7, 87 here, and a half, 87 50 here, now 8 here, 88 and a half here, 88 50, 88 and a half here, 9, 89 here, and a half, 89 and a half, not a half, you can not a half, 89 and a half here, now 90, and 90 50, 90 and a half here, 90 50 and a half, 1, and 91 91 91 and a half here, 1 and a half, 91 and a half, 92, and 92 bit of a half here, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 92 50, and 93, 3, and 93 and a half, and 93 and a half here, 93 50, and 94, and 94, 94, 94 here, 94, to get 94, to get 94, to get 94, 94, and 94, 3, to get 94, to get 94, to get 94, to get 94, go to 94 here, sold to 93 and a half, put them on Kyle, on 5, X. Steve, thank you, sir.
There's a load of these Boone Heifers here now.
Cal, you're the first person in 2 days that's bet a half. Actually, 3 days. Bet a half. It did work. Yes, sir. Put them on 2X. Here's the Boones. Look the same every time. Got one load of the heifers. One load of heifers, one load of steers. 81. 81 ladies. Me too.
Get you a load of them.
Blacks and Shars, guys. Here's the Boones. Starts them little bitty.
Guaranteed open.
We'll guarantee them open. Waste your time and money pregging them. All right, right there, here, 310, 12 and a half, and 310, 12 and a half, 310, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, and 310, 12 and a half, 50, and 15, and 15, and 17 and a half, 17, 23, 22 and a half, 22 and a half, 5, and 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 30, and 30, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37, 50, and 37 and a half, half and a half, 9, 40, and 40, and 40, and 40, 2 and a half, 40, 2 and a half, going to be 40 to 50 and 42 and a half here, and a 5 and 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47, 50 and 47 and a half here, 47 and a half here, going to be a half here, 46, 7 and 47 and 47 now 8 and 48 here, now 8 here, 48 dollar and 47 give 8 and 47 going to be 47 going to be 47 $8 and 47 7 going to be 40 47 going to be 8. Sold them 340 76. X Preg.
Very good.
Think of the moon, steers later. Mickey Wilson. These here was guaranteed open. Yeah, 250, 255, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 here, now 5 here, now 55, and 55, go to be 60, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 265, 70, and 275, 75, 80, and 283, 280, 280, 280, and 280, Bryce here, 280, and 280, 280, 280, 275, 80, and now 80, 280, 75, go to be 80, 75, 85, 85 here, 85 here, Varner, 280, 80X. 88X. Here's your Freeman cattle guys. Are guaranteed open. 250. 255, 55, 55 here, outside 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, 55 here, now 5 here, 60, 5, and now 70, 5, going to be 80, now 5, 85, 85 here, 85, top roll, you're out, 85, 85 here, 85 here, 85, going to be 285 here, so 280 Bryce, 9X. Here's a Clark cattle. They're usually pretty nice, if I remember right. Denny Clark up there at Kingfisher. Yeah. Most of them are. Yeah, 320, 2.5, and 320, 2.5, and 320, 2.5, go to be 20, 2.5, go to be 20, 2.5, 320, and 20, 20, 22.5, go to be 20, now 2.5, go to be 20, 2.5, 320, and 20, go to be 20, go to be 20, go to be 23, 23, 23, 10, 12, 50, and 310, 12 to 5, 310, 12 to 5, 10, 12 to 5, 10, 12 to 5, go to be 310, and 310, go to be 10, go to be 10, go to be 10, 310, 310, $3. Now 5. 305 and 305 and 305 and 3 and 3 and 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. Lean, aren't they? They sure look like long wean. No. 250, 260, 270, 280, 90, 3, 5. Bryce, $3. 6X, I think. 6X. 3 more of them Clark Heifers. 250. 255 and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255 and 55 and 55 here, 5 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, 60, 5 and 70, 275 and 75, go to 80, 5, 85 here, 85, 85, 90 and 295 and 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 295, 3 and 95 and 3, now 5 and 3, now 5 here, 5 here, Tubby. $3, 18X. $285.90, $85.90 here, guarantee him guys, $85.90, $85.90 here, $85.90, $85.90 here, $85, $290 here, $85, $290 here, $275 and $275 and $275, $90, $275, $80 and $285, $85, $85 and $90, $295, and $95 here, $95, $95, $95, $95, yeah, Bryce, $295 and $95 and $95, $95, $95, $95, $95 here, Turbo, $290, 18X. Yep. Let's sell breads. 5 to 8 months.
He told you right.
Yeah. 250. Little Christmas project. 250. 260, 70, 270, 270, 260, 70, 260 gives 70, and 270, we're gonna get 270, we're gonna get 270, we're gonna get 270, Ricardo, 260. Good luck to you, Ricardo. Morning, he's gonna be pulling, and pulling. Here's one off them Jernigan Angus cattle. How far bred she? Can you guys see your tag? 2 months. 275.80 and 75.80 and 75 280 280 280 75 go to 280 we get 280 75 280 and 280 we get 280 we get 285 85 and 90 we get 295 and 95 95 95 95 95 95 95 we get 95 295 we get 95 brush at 95 and 95 here 95 there we get 95 we get 95 we get 95 95 here sold 290 tub 18 center to the chute. Six and 7 months bred. They're pretty nice. 250. 250, 60, and 250, we get 260, and 250, 60, we get 250, we get 260, go to 250, 260, 70, and 275, 75, 75, 75, 275, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 275, 275, 5 here, sold, 270, Ricardo. Several breads. Both X's in their ear. Means probably not breedable or something. Something's not right inside. 250. 250, 60, and 260, 70, 270, 280, 75, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, gets 5, and 275 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, go to 275, 80, and 280, and 280, 75, go to 280, we get 280, 275, 80, 85, 85 here, 90, we get 290, we get 290, we get 290, don't go empty trailer, 290, 295, and 95, and 95 here, 95, 95, 93, and 95, we get 3, and 95, we get 3, and 95, we get 3, sold, 295, put them on number, Varner 62. 3 and 4 months bred here, 255 and 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 260 and 55, 60 here, 265 and 65, 70, we get 270 and 570 and 270 now 70, going to be 70, we get 70 here, sold 265 Conway.
You want some?
6 months. 250. 255, 55 here, 55, 55, 255, and 55, 60, 265, and 65, 70, we get 270, going to be 5, going to be 70, going to be 5, going to be 70, going to be 5, going to be 70, showtime, 265. Yes, did you want some? Breads? I heard. Six months, Clinton Bear. She is good. 250. 250, 60, and 275, 75, 75, 275, yeah, poke, and 75, 80, we get 280, we get 280, we get 280, and 75, go to 280, we get 280, we get 280, 280, 275, go to 280, poke, 275, 123. 5 months, 250. 255, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 here, 5 here, 5 here, 255 here, 60, and 5, 70, 275, 75, 275, and 275 here, Conway, 270.
Conway.
3 months bred, 250. 255, and 55 here, 55, and 255 here, 60, 70, 275, and 75, 80, 280, 75, 280, and 280, 280, brush out, 280, and 275, give 80 there, 80 here, so 275, 502, Horner. 4 months bred, 250. 255, and 55, and 55 here, 55, 55, 60, 5, 70, 5, 80, 280, and 75, 80, 275, 80, and 75, 80 there, 80 here, Conway, 275. That on the wall.
Two little steers. How we miss them?
Two little guys are weaned 90 days, guys. Jim Clapp from Wellston. 90 days weaned. 375, and 375, 80, and 375, 375, 80, and 375, 380, 380, 380, 380, 375, 80, and 380, 380, 375, 80, 375, 380, 380, 375, give 80. Varner, 375, 451. You had quite the short day, Mr. Terry. See you, man. Thank you.
Nice cattle got conditioned now.
6 more of the Clap cattle guys are 90 days on the winning. There it is. Here, 350, 355, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 350, and 350, 3.5, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55. I got 50, now 5, and 55, 60, and 360, 365, and 70, 370, 375, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 375, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75 here. Hayes, 370, Hon 6, 370, Hayes 6. 5 more claps here, 350, and 55, and 50, yes, sir. 65, but on number 65 here, 3 1/4, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, and 325 here, 5 here, 325, and 25, 30, and 25, 30 here, 25, 30 here, 5, 30, 25, 30, and 330, and 330, 30, good to be 30, 30, good to be 30 here, Jeff, and 330, and 25, 30, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, 30, 30, good to be 30, good to be 30, 30 here, so 325, Horner, 75. Thank you, Tom. Here's a Carruthers guys, Albert Edmond. They're 90 days weaned. Pretty good little black Angus steers. All right, out here, 350, now 5, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 365, 70, now 70, now 5, going to be 75, going to be 385, 85, and 90, going to be 395, 95, 95, and 4, going to be 4, going to be 5, going to be 405, 410, 410, 410, 15, and 15, 20, and down 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, down 25, and 25, 25, 25, 425, and for 25 here, 5 here, Hayes, 420, 65, just 6. Here's a Manic cattle guys, Danny Manic. Right there, right there, here, 325, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 27, 50, 27 and a half here, half and a half here, going to be 27, now 30, and 3, 30, going to be 39, 39, 39, 39, 39, 30, and 3, 30, going to be 30, going to be 39, 30, you get 30, and now 30, going to be 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 30 here, poke, 327 and a half, 69. Mark's got a guy up there at Bison.
Rough in the back on that one.
Yeah, let's hold him. Let's hold him, guys, right there. Just tell the rest of them. Yeah, rough back. Yep, 320. 320, 2 and a half, and 320, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 20, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 20, and 2 and a half, 320, and 320, and 20 by 20, going to be 20 by 20, 320, and now 20, going to be 20, 2 and a half, 20, 250, and 320, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, 320, 250, and 322 and a half, here, half and a half, going to be 20, and 2 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, here, poke, 320, 65, 75. Very good. $2, 210.20, and 210.20, and 210.20, 30, and 230, 40, even get 240, 50, and 240, 50, even get 250, 250, and 40, 50, 50, 950, 950, 50, and 250, 60, going to be 260, going to be 250, even get 260, and 250, 60, even get 250, 60, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 260. Trevor, 250 on 1. Flying A, guys, right there. Bottom Texas be 75 days, and they've had 2 rounds. Black, Flying A. 325, 25, and 25, 25, 25, half, and 25 here, 3 and a quarter, 325, 5 here, 5 here, 325, 25 here, 3 quarter, and 325 here, 325, 5 here, 325, 5 here, 3 and a quarter, and 325, 325, 325, 325, 325, and 325, 310, and 310, and 310, 12 to 5, go to be 10, 12 to 5, go to be 10, 12 to 5, go to be 310, 12 to 5, go to be 10, 12, 50, and 310, 12, 50, and 310, 12 and a half here, 310, 12 to 5, go to be 10, 12 to 5, 15, and 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 50, and down 20, and down 20, going to be 22 and a half, going to be 20, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and 25, 25, 25, 750, and 7 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half here, sort of a 325, Varner 65. No. These do. Charles Edwards. Charles Edwards, from where's he from?
Nice guy.
Charles Edwards. Doesn't say any info. 90 plus days, guys, and 3 rounds of shots, guys. Look like a raising deal. Charles Edwards. 325, he hit 25, he hit 25, and 25, 25, 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, and down 30, and now 30, down 30, going to get 3, 30, going to get 3, 30, 30, and 30, 30 there, going to be 30, going to get 30, going to be 30, now 32 and a half, and 32 and a half, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, now 5, and 335, and 335 here, 3750, and 7 and a half, going to be 7 and a half, going to be 7 and a half, 40, and now 40, 42 and a half, going to be 40, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 42 and a half, 5, and 45, and 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 50, and 350, going to get 52 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, and 55, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57, 50, and 57 and a half here, now 60, and 360 pound, going to be 60, going to get 60, going to be 60, going to get 360 pound, going to be 60 there, going to be 60, so about 3, 57 and a half, Varner 69. Take a small slick-haired steer off? No. Just the smallest one. His ear tag is 64, he thinks. So well. More than cattle guys. Charles Airwoods, or 90 days wean. 3 rounds. 320, 322 and a half, and 320, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, 320, 250, and 22 and a half, 25, 25, 25, 25, 45, and 25, 26, 25, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 27, 8, 27, 8, going to get 9, going to be 9, 30, and 31, 31, 32, 31, 2, 33, and 33, going to get 34, going to get 35, going to get 34, 5, and 34, 5, and 34 to 5, going to get 5, going to get 5, 34 to 5, you get 5, 34 to 5, 34 to 5, 34, you get 5, and 34 to 5 to 5, going to get 5, T, 334 on 77. Oh.
Be on injured reserve. Those cattle are late.
Yeah, those double V ranch cattle guys from Aledo.
90 days. 2 rounds.
90 days on the winning date, and they've had 2 rounds. They're all knife cut and their bunk broke. Ninety days, double fees right there, 41 right there, 320, 322 and a half, and 322 and a half here, 2250 and 25, here 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 5 here, 25 and 25 here, 5 here, 3 and a quarter, and 25 here, 750 and 7 and a half, 30, 30, 32 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 31 and 32 and 33, 33, 33, 33, 34 here, 34 here, 35 here, 35, 35, bid 5, 6 and 37 and 37 here, and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7, $38 and 37 of 8 and 9, 30 here, good 9, 9, 40 and 1 and 41 here, 41, 41, 41, 41 and 43, 41, good to be 40 and 1 and 40, 41 here, 1 here, 40, 1 here, 1 here, good 1 Tubby, 340, 75. Thinking of the double V's, here is Gerard, kind of Weber Falls. Wyndham, David Gerard. Wyndham, September 1st. Not even close. I was still shaking last. Yeah, I may not be able to get to wear shorts to work tomorrow.
Probably not.
Might anyway.
You snowing.
Yeah. Line 90 days on these steers, guys. 320 and 320 and 322 and a half and 325 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 750 and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 2750 and now 30, we get 30, now 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 5, 335, 337 and a half, 40 and now 40, now 2 and a half, 4250 and 40, we get 2 and a half, going to be 40, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 342 50 and 40, we get 2 and a half, going to be 40, now 2 and a half here, T, 340, 77. 73, my bad. Yeah, he left early the last sale, remember?
Hey, look at here.
Nope, that's all the Gerards.
Clark, Kingfisher.
Here's them Clarks from Kingfisher.
Nice kind.
Always pretty nice. Denny Clark. Let's sell those for? Okay. $350. 355, 55, 55, 55, 55, 355, 55, 55, 63, 65, and 70, 370, going to be 5, going to be 70, going to be 5, now 70, and 370, 70, now 5, and 75, 80, 3, 80, 3, 80, 3, 83, 88, and 375, now 80, 75, 80, and now 5, 80, 5, 83, sold, 375, Hayes, 65. This one's a little upset. There's another one. Who buys him? You're on your own. Dollar. Dollar pound.
Open the frickin'
110. 110. 120. 30. 130, 40. Sold 130. Antone. Wild as is on there. Something, yeah.
Yeah. We need to make that back for him one of these days.
More than Clark County guys over at Kingfisher. $3, 2.5, and 3.2.5 here. Going to be 2.5. Going to be 2.5. Going to be 2.5. Going to be 2.5. Going to be 2.50. And 3.2.5 here. Going to be 2.5. Going to be 2.5. Bit of a half here. Going to be 2.5. $3, 2.5, and 3.2.5 here. Going to be half here. Going to be half here. Going to be half here. Tubby $3, 9.85. Tubby 85.
Yeah. 6-pack out the pack. They'll send you back.
Too many beers. Too many beers. Maybe a shot, yeah.
About time.
Need mail, Dennis. Is that Shirley's? Mr. Robert sitting up here with us, guys. I liked them heifers from earlier. Raised every one of them. 90 days, right? $75 days on the winning, guys. Start your steer turn. Right there we go.
None better.
320, 2.5, and 320, and 20, 20, and 20, and now 20, we get 320, and now 20, and now 20, we get 2.5, 5, and 25, now 7.5, 7.5, 30, we get 30, now 2.5, going to be 2.5, 5, and 35 here, 35, 35, 35, 35, hand 35, and 35, 7, and 37 here, now 7, 7, $8, 37 of 8, 37 of 8, and 9, and 39, 39, 39, 40, we get 40, going to be 40, 1, and 41, and 40, 1, 2, 43, 43, we get 3, and 43, we get 3, now 4, and 44 here, 5, yeah, 45 here, 6 and 45, 46, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 46, 7, and 47, 7, 7, 47, and 47, 47, 47, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 47, and 47, going to be 7, going to be 7, going to be 7, going to be 7 here. So 346, T, 77. Guys, thank y'all. Here's go to Monster. He had them heifers earlier. Here's the Bayer cattle. Them cattle get big, won't they? Wide and big. 320, 320, 2.5, and 320, and 20, and now 20, we get 320, going to be 20, going to be 20, 320, 2.5, and 322, and a half here, 22, 50, and now 5, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 5 here. They look, I think so. 322 and a half, 5, and 25, 27, 50, and 7 and a half, 30, we get 3, 30, we get 3, 32 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 5, and 3, 35, and 35, we get 35, we get 35, we get 35, now 35, now 35, and 35, and 334, 5, and 335, 6, and 35. Going to be 6 out of 35. Going to be 6 T. 335, 78. Put an X on those.
Boy, aren't they nice? He raises a good one. Sold those heifers earlier. There's two grafts of these steers.
Heifer cams, yeah, we had them heifers that sold so good earlier. Here's the steer mates, guys. Now they're south of Waco. They're 90 days on the wind, and he raised every one of them heifer camps.
Well, They'll get big for you.
350, now 5, and 55, and 55, now 55, now 55, 55, 355, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 60, and 363, going to be 60, going to be 360, and 360, and 355, 63, going to be 360 pound, 355, 60, and 360, going to get 60, 355, 60, and 55, going to be 60, going to get 60, now 60, going to get 65, and 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 70, and 370, going to get 370, now 70, and now half 70, and 367, and half 70, and half 70, and half 70, 370, 250, and 72 and a half, going to be 70, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 72 and a half, here's sold on 370, Varner, 601.
Big brothers.
Here comes the bros. Tom, I'll try to find out. Yeah. I figure that's why you put an X on them. I'll find out.
Really nice now. Take a look.
Oh, the Heifer cam cattle guys right there, here, 325 and 25, yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 325 and 25 here, 325, yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 2750 and 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 90 days, guys, 2750 and 27, 30 and now 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, going to be 42 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 4250 and 4250 and 41.3 and 41.3, out of line, 41, 43 and 43. 41, 3 and 41, 3, 41, now 3 and 43, 4 and 44, 44, 5 and 45, you get 5, 600 and 45, 46 here, 46, 7 and 47 here, 47, going to be 7, 7, 46, 7 and 47 and 47 here, 47, 7 here, sold them 346, Kyle, nope, Pokey, 601. I guarantee, I mean, hell no, you ain't getting them cattle.
That's all, Stephen. Thank you, sir.
Heifer camp, thank you, sir. Safe travels back home.
Let's go Ringling.
Let's go to Ringling.
Rockin' G.
Rockin' G. Look like old Yearlings out here, 320, 2 and a half, and 320, and 320, 2 and a half, going to be 320, and 2 and a half, going to be 20, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 20, going to get 2 and a half, 320, 250, and 320, that 2 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, 320, 250, and 320, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 22 and a 5, and 25, 27 and a half, 30, going to get 30 and a half, 31, and 32, 31, 2, 31, 2, 3, and 33, going to get 33, going to get 32, 3, and 33, going to get 33, 33, 33, 33, sold 332, T, 78.
Hey, nice little deal. Nice little light yearlings now. Good Grace cattle.
Here's a Grace cattle guys from Ringling. Tyler Grace. Yearlings here, right there, 335, and 335, you get 5, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 37, 50, long wind, guys, 37.50, and 37.50, and 37 to 40, and then 40, 40, 40, we get 40, going to be 40, 40 down, 40, and then 40, now 2 and a half, going to be 40, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 47 and a half here, 47, 50, now 50, and 350, we get 50, now 53, 50, and then 50, we get 52 and a half, going to be 50, now 2 and a half, 52 and a half, we get 5, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55 here, 55 here, 55, and 55 here, 5, and 5 here, hey, 352 and a half, 65 yard amount. Little hairy black steer and a brindle. 35 more Tylers. You know how cold it's going to be tomorrow, Jeff? 322 and a half, 322 and a half, 322 and a half, 2250, and 322 and a half, 22 and a half, 22 and a half, 5, and 25, and 25, 27 and a half, 27 and a half, 27 and a half, 27 and a half, 30, and 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 31, and 31, 32, and 32, 33, 33, 33, 34, 34 to 4 here, 34 to 5 here, 35, 600, and 36, and 37, and 37 here, 7, 7, 7, 7, going to be 37, and 37, going to be 7 here, 37 to buy, 37 to be, 37 here, going to be 7. So 336 T 77. Yard them out. Little small yellow narrow Charlet. His name was Spur Livestock. What's his name? Spur Livestock. Well, I know it's Spur, but what's his? Nobody can never remember. Jackson.
Get one load of them today now. Springer. Pretty nice.
Reputation started.
Okay, split drop is 58. I have 29 in the ring.
You need something to put on feed before the end of the year. This might be a place to get started. You need some?
Dennis does. He needs some.
I already got some. I got a pretty good feed bill the way it is.
Don't let these high prices get in the way of good cattle you want to put on feed.
Those are green. Nice cattle, man.
Yes, sir. 325 and 25. Yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25. And 325 here, 325, 5 here, 325. And 325, 325, 327, 50, and 30. And 32 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 3, 32, 55. And 35, 35, 35. And 33, 35, 33, 35, 35, 35, 6, 4, 5. And 35, 6, 7. And 37, 7, 7, 7, 7, 39, 39, 39, 40. And 41. And 41, 2, 43, 42. 43, 43, yeah, David, and 43, and 43, 43, 43, online route now, 43, and 42, 3, and 43, 42, 3, and 43, 43, 3, so 342, T, 78, 342. Jackson, thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
Who else? One of Ed's sons died. Didn't know that. Here's Mr. Can't remember your name, Mr. Spur. Mr. Spur.
Nice cattle. I remember that.
Mr. Spur is what I call him. 80 head of these steers, guys. Albert Visai. The 80 of them. They like him, Paul.
It's going to be a split drop of 80. I should have 40 in the ring.
We were selling them in the teens here 2 weeks ago.
I started coughing this morning. He was driving around out there in Nebraska. He said, here's a bit of big top loose. He said, I don't know why you're. I bought these steers right before the break. He said, them something's worth a lot of money.
Guys, here's a stick-out set of steers. I think 9 weights of the day so far. You want to buy some old yearlings? Here you go. We got them.
Not very many of these around now.
310, half 310, at 310, 1250, at 310, 12 to 9, 10, 12 to 9, go to 10 and 12 to 9, go to 10 and 12 to 9, go to 310, at 310, 1250, at 310, 12 and 10, 12 to outside, 310, 12 to 9, go to 10, 12 to 9, go to 12 to 15, at 15, 30 to 15, 15, 17 and a half, 17, 20, and down 20, go to 20, go to 20 and a half, 20, 30 and a half, 20, at 322 and a half, at 321, and 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, at 321, now 2, 322, and 22, 22, 22, now 3, and 23, 3, and 23, 4, and 23, 4, and 23, 4, and 23, 4, 5, and now 5, and 25, 6, here, 5, going to be 26, out of there, 5, going to be 6, 7, and 27, now 27, and now 7, and now 7, 7, 7, 7, here, now 27, and 27, going to be 27, 26, 7, and 27, and now 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, here, going to be 7, 7, here, going to be 7, T, 326 on 78. Mr. Spur, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Huh?
Be 4 loads of these cattle out.
Oh, yeah. Here's David Burnett. Be 4 pot loads of these cattle guys. Calvert, Texas, be 147 of the first cut. 147. There's some long, old yearlings here, guys. Be 4 pot loads of these steers.
Okay, this is a split graph of 147. I should have 49 of them.
Down there by Mr. Heifer camp. Further south to here.
Really nice, yep. Super nice guy. Yeah. He just called me out of the blue. Hey, I got 4 loads of steers. Been kind of watching you guys market. That was the Friday. The market was down hard before the break. I mean, I was like, so this ain't gonna be oh my gosh. Is this it, Lid? Here we go, guys. 2 good loads, 2 good even loads right there, guys, right there. Burnett cattle. All right, here, 325 and 25, 25 and 25, 2750 and 27 and 2750 and 27 going to be 20, 27 going to be 27, going to be 27 outside. We're going, guys, 27, 30 and now 30 and 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 and 35, 35 and 35 going to be 34, 5 and 35, 36, 35 going to be 6, 7 and 37 and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 37 and 37, $8 and 37. 30, 30, 9, 30, 9, 30, 9, 30, 9, 40, and 40, and 35, 40, 40, 40, 40, 30, then 40, and 43, going to be 40, 40, going to be 40, and 41, and 41, here, 41, here, 1, here, going to be 341, and 341, here, thank you, 40, not 2, and 41, 2, and 41, 2, 42, 41, 2, and 42, 2, 3, and 43, and 43, 43, 3, 43, 43, yeah, David, 43, and 43, and 43, 43, 43, 43, and 43, and 43, 4, and 44, 44, you done, and 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, and 44, here, 4, here, 4, here, going to be 4, Sodom, 343, David Hilker.
Comes Big Brother.
Here comes the big bro. It's going to be 111. It's heading this way.
Big Bros,
Big Bros, guys. Burnett cattle.
good Central Texas.
Down there in Central Texas.
Good feeding cattle out.
Good feeding type cattle. I do too. Feeding type of steers. Mr. Burnett's cattle we're working on down there in Central Texas. All right, there, here, 310, at 310, at 310, 1250, at 10, 12, go to 10, 12, go to 10, 12, go to 10, 12, go to 310, 1250, and 10, 1250, at 310, 12, go to 10, 12, 15, at 15, 15, 17 and a half, 17, 20, and down 20, go to 20, go to 20, go to 20, 18, 19, 20, and 20, and 20, 23, go to 20, 20, 19, 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, now 1, and 21, $1 here 2, and 22, now 3, and 23, 3, 23, 3, 23, now 4, and 23, 24, 23, now 4, here, going to be 23, now 4, and 24, 24, 24, 24, 23, 24, 23, 24, half 4, and 24, and 23 and a half 4, and 24, going to be 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 24, and 24, and 24, here, 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, and 24, here, you go to 4, you're going to go 24 and a half 4, here, you done, 24, there, you're going to be 4, sold them 320, 350, Tubby, 81. 10 more Mr. Burnett's coming in. 10 more Brindles. They cut these cattle off, so they probably bring a lot more than the rest of them. Yeah, hold one. Hold that red one. Hold that red one. Yeah. We hold that red one. Let's just hold that sore-footed red one. So the rest of them. 325 and 325, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, and 27 and 27 and going to be 2750, and 27 and a half, going to be 27 and going to be 27 and a half, now 30, and now 30, 32 and a half, 3250, and 30, 52 and a half, going to be 32 and a half, 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 3750, and 37 and a half here, going to be half here, going to be 3750, and 37 and a half here, yeah, rise, and 37 and a half here, half here, now half here, half, and 37 and a half here, sold them 335. Varner, 61, yard him out. Just the one sore-footed red one. Thank you, Mr. Burnett. Be a load of these Turner steers this week. Wow.
Fancy cattle in the ring now.
Going to be 58 of them. One perfect load. They spent some quality time with these, I promise you. Turner time guys, right there, another set of reputation steers coming in the ring, guys. What about the very best? They're good and they're black and they are supreme, guys. Grattan tape head right there here, 310, and 310, and 310, 1250, and 10, 12 5, go to 10, 12 5, 10, 12 5, 3, 10, 12 5, 15, and 17 and a half, 17, 20, and now 20, we get 2 and a half, go to 22 and a half, we get 5, and 25, 27 and 27 and go to 26 dollar, and 25, 6 dollar, and 25, go to 6 dollar 7, and 7 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 here, go to 27, and 26 7, and 27 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 here, go to 27, go to 27, now 7, 8 dollar, and 27, 7, 7, 7, back to you, 27, 8, 9, and now 9, 8, 9, 9, there, 9, 9 here, 329, and 29, and 29 here, and Tommy, and 29, 29, 29, 29, 29, and 20 here, good to be 9, good to be 9, good to be 9, good to be 9, 329, so 328, T, 78, thank you to the Turners. Kind of smells like Wheaties. Wheaties. The Moffat's from Piedmont. Where's
Mail coming.
anybody check on Mike? Where's he been all week?
He got diverticulitis.
You got what? Wheaties, guys. Moffat from Piedmont. The 86 of these steers. First Wheaties of the year.
Falling over.
Smells like March. That it.
Like those kind of weights.
Weights guys right there here, able to check them weights out too. Here, 310, and 310, 1250. Get 10, 12 to 5, go to be 10, 12 to 5, go to be 10, 12 to 5, 310, 12 to 5, 310, 1250, and 15, and 15, 17 and a half, now 23, go to be 20, then 23, 22 and a half, and 22 and a half, go to be 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, and 21, 2, 22, 23, 22, 23, 22, 23, second row you're at 4, and 24, now 4, 5, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 24, 5, 600, and 25, go to be 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8 dollar, and 27, 8, 28, 9, and 9, bit of a 9, 9, 30, and 33, go to be 30, 30, 29, 30, and 29, bit 33, 29, 30, and 29, 30, top one, and 30 here, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, bit of 331, and a half one, and 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, hand, 31 and a half, 31 and a half, 31, 2, and 32, go to be 3, bit of 2, bit of a 2 and a half, and 32, 50, yeah, 2, and a hand, 33 and a half, 33, 33 and a half, 33 and a half, 33 and a half, 3 and a half, and 33 and a half, 4, and 34, 30, bit of 34, bit of 34, go to be 34 and a half, 4, and 34 and a half, go to be 34 and a half, 5, and 35 here, 5 here, go to be 35, and 35, 50, and 35 and a half, 6 dollar, and 35 and a half, go to be 60 and a half, and 37 here, 7 and 7 and a half here, 7, and 37 and a half here, go to be 7 and a half, go to be 37, 50, and 37 and a half here, bit of a half here, go to be 37 and a half here, go to be half here, go to be half, now 8, 338, 338, 338, now half, 338, 50, and 38 and a half here. Thank you for what you did do. So about 338, Varner, 89. Check for really Gant black steer on the first draft. Thank you, Moffats. Be low to the bones. Here comes the steers, quite a bit bigger than the heifers. Probably. one pot load of these Boone steers. I guess he's in the hospital. Is that what you said? Diverticulitis.
And split graft here is before at 27.
I have no idea. Coranthitis. Nurse. Sir. No, I gotta find out his number. I can't remember it. Got you. Yep. I need Clinton Bayer's number.
One load up. Here you go.
One load of the Boone's cash right there. $3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, every 2.5, 3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, 2.5, bit of a 2.5, 2.5, good of a 2.5, 2.5, 3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, here, 285, 85, 85, 90, and 285, 90, and 285, 90, 85, 290, 85, 90, 85, good of 295, 95, 97, 50, and 95, 97, 97, 97, out of line, 97, 50, and 97 and a half, and 97, 96, 7, and 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 97 here, good of 97, $8, and 90, hey, 90, hey, 90, hey, 95, and 95, but 93, and 95, 3, and 95, 3, and 95, 3, and 95, 3, now pond, and 3 whole pond, and 3 now pond, hey, pond here, and 1 you give on, 3 now pond, half pond, and 3 now pond, and 3 pond, hey, pond here, 301, you're out of line, 301, and 3 now pond, hey, 2, and now 2, good of 2, good of 2, and 3, 3, and 3, 3, 3023, and 3023, David, and 303, 3, 302, now 3, and now 3, good of 3, 3, now 2, 3, and now 3, 3, 3, good of 3, 3, 302, 303, 302, 3, tub 302 on 9. Here's the Edgemans, guys. Be low to the Edgemans. Of them. 38 head of the Edgemans right there, here, 310, and 310, 1250, and 310, 12 good of 10, 12 good of 10, and 12 good of 310, and 310, good of 10, good of 10, 310, 310, 310, 310, 310, and 310, good of 10, bit of 310, bit of 310, 310, 310, $3, and 2.5, and 32 and a half, you 2.5, here, 5, and 3.5, bit of 3, 5, and 303, bit of 5, bit of 7, and 7, 7, 7, 9, and 3 and 10, good of 9, 10, good of 9, 10, good of 9, 10, 11, and 310, 11, 11, 310, 11, and 310, 11, 12, and 3, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, good of 12, and 12, and 13, and 13, 30, 14, 14, 15, 15, and 15, 16, and 16, 17, 17, 17, good of 17, 18, 18, 18, 19, 18, 19, and 19, 20, and 20, 20, 320, and 20, 20, good of 20, 20, 1, and 21, here, 1, here, 1, 2, and 22, 22, Tom, and 22, 22, 22, 21, 2, 1, 22, good to be so 321, Varner, 89. Clinton. He said long time. Long time. Okay, thank you. Here's a little exotics. Exotics here, so they're here. $3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, here, 2.5, 2.5, go to 2.5, go to 2.5, go to 250, and 3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, here, 2.5, 5, and 3.5, 5, 5, 5, 305, and 305, and 3.5, 5, here, 5, 5, 5, here, 305, and 3.5, 5, here, 5, 5, here, total 302.5 on number 83, Varner 83, 302.50. Here's Howard's. Hold one. Hold that black baldy. Hold that black baldy. He's got a big old right front foot. Howard ranches be 26 of them. Get 25 of them. All right, right there, here, 310, 1250, 310, 12 and a half, here, half and a half, go to be 10, 12 and a half, go to be 10, 12 and a half, go to 310, 1250, 310, 12 and a half, here, 312, 15, 15, 50, 17 and a half, 17, 20, and half 20, go to be 20, 320, and 320, go to be 20, go to be 20, 320, 320, 320, and 20, 20, there, go to be 20, go to be 20, go to be 20, go to be 20, and 22, 50, and 22 and a half, 13, and 23, 23, 25, and 25, 25, 27, 27, 27, 25, go to be 7, here, go to be 5, go to be 70, 325. On number 77. Yard him out. Got a big right foot. How'd they miss him? Five more, 325, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, 25, 25, 25, 25, 325, and 325 here, 5 here, 3 and a quarter, and 325 here, 325 here, 5 here, 3 and a quarter, and 325 here, 325, 325 here, 310, and 310, 15, and 310, go to get 15, go to be 10, go to get 15, go to be 10, go to get 15, 310, and 310, and 310, go to be 10, go to be 10, go to be 10, go to be 10, 310, 310, 310, 310, and $3.10 here, 3, and 305, and 305 here, 5 here, 305, and 305 here, 5, 3, and 3, now 5, and 3, now 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5, you get 5, Tubby, $3, 8. Big ones are too high.
Okay.
That's my Manny Rivers. Johnny Harrison. It's Ralph. There's Wayne's father-in-law.
Got 3 drafts of these.
3 drafts, he's got a guys. Here's Johnny Harrison. Johnny, you here? I just kind of was thinking that was you, Johnny. Yes, sir. Johnny Harrison, guys, down at Idabelle. Long wean, guys. Weaned way back here in September. He looks just like a Johnny. Yep, sure does. Good cattle, long wean, guys, right there, here, 330. 335 and 335 and 35 and 35 35 5 and 330 to get 335 and 335 40 and 340 340 340 and 35 40 to get 340 to get 340 35 40 and 35 40 40 40 to get 340 to get 340 to get 335 40 and 5 and 45 45 45 45 45 345 and 345 5 to get 345 and 45 5 to get 45 to get 45 to get 45 here Barner 340 77 67 69 and bring the whitest one back. White pink nose. Winning back September, guys. And they're out of bail. Good pass right there here. 320 and 320 and 320, 250 and 320. We get 2.5 here. 320, 2.5. Going to be 250 and 320. We get 2.5. Going to be 22.5, 5 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 and 325 and 325 here. 5 here. 325 and 325. We get 325. We get 325. 5 here. 2.5. 750 and now 30 and now 30. We get 30. 2.5. 32.55 and 35, 35, 35, 35 and 335 here. 5 here. We get 335 here. Tubby 330, 2.5, 75. Sir. 61 and let him go. Last call. That's it. Okay. $310 and $310. Some more guys. $310, 12.5 and $310, 12.50 and $310, 12.5. Going to be 10 and 12.5. Going to be 10 and 12.5. Going to be 10 and 12.5. Cross spreads here. $310, 12.50 and $10, 12.50 and $310, 12.5. Going to be 10 and 12.5. Going to be 10 and 12.5. $310, 12.50 and $310. I'm gone and 12.5, 12.5, 15 and 15, 17 and a hand, 20 now 320. Going to be 20. Going to be 20. Going to be 20. 320 and 20 and now 20. Going to be 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 20. Down Tubby 317 and a half on number 75. Johnny, thank you. Nice to meet you, sir. Sorry that Wayne married into your family. Yeah. Wayne married his daughter. That's what I said. He knows. Put these on 71. Gotcha. 71 then.
Did you get it? Hey, and then the ones here in the ring, I'm changing up to the 71.
That looks. Outside of the Moffett steers. Turners. Then it didn't matter? No. Not now. Got some good ones coming. Pretty good stock. Let's go to Blanket, Texas. Dameron cattle guys had the heifers earlier. Here's steer mates. 3 drafts. 2 drafts of Damerons. Long wing yearlings here. 320, now 2.5, and 320, and 320, we get 2.5, go to 20, we get 2.5, go to 20, 2.5, go to 255, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, out up here, 325, and 25 here, 5 here, 5 here, 3.25, and 325, and 325 here, 5 here, 325, and 325 here, 5 here, David Hilker, 320, 2.5. White faces. Oh, the Damerons guys. Blanket, Texas. $3, 2.5. Get through 2.5 here. 3, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 250. And 3, 2.5. Get 2.5 here. Half, 3, $3, and 3, 2.5. And 3, 2.5 here. Not 2.5. 2.5, 3, 2.5, 2.5, 5. And 3, 5. And 3, 5, 750. Going to be 7.5. 7.5. Going to be 7.5. Going to be 750. And 7.5. Going to be 7.5. Going to be 7. Tommy out. 3, 750. And 7.5 here. 3, 7.5 here. Did you get it? 3, 7.5 here. Top 305 on 9. Tubby 9. $85. Yes. No. Bar C cattle guys. Here's some yearlings. Bar C is right there. Here, little mud on them right there. Here. 310, 310, and 310, and 310, 12 go to 10 and 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 12 go to 310, and 310, 12 and a half, and 310, 12 go to 10 and 12 go to 10, 12 go to 10, 12 just a little mud on her backs. 310, 12, 50, and 12 and a half, and 310, 12 go to 10 and 12 go to 10 and 12 go to 310, 12 and a half, 310, 12 and a half. Tubby 310 on 85. Two biggins, 250, 250, 60, and 250, 60, going to be 250, going to get 260, 250, 260, 250, 260, and 265, and to get 570, going to get 270, going to get 270, brush out, 270, and 270, going to be 70, going to get 70, 270, and 70, 70 there, going to be 70, going to get 70, going to be 70, going to get 70 here, Varner, 265. Just 8, 9. Last call. There's a herring cattle. I like the heifers. They were all white faces too. They're 100 days on the weaning.
Well, they're ideal, man.
100 days of herrings. Here's how they're here. 325, 325. 325, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, and 27 and a half, 30, and 32 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, good to get 2 and a half, 332, 50, and 32 and a half, here with 5, and 35, 37, and 37, 40, and 40, 40, 42 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, 42, 50, and 40, good to get 2 and a half, good to be 40, good to get 2 and a half, good to be 40, good to get 2 and a half, here, Varner, 340, 75, 2 feather necks. This is Wilkerson from El Reno. Roger Wilkerson. Sell this one. All right, $3, 3.5, and 3.5, we get 3, we get 3, now 5, and 3.5 here, 5, we get 5, now 5, now 5, we get 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 5, and 305, and 305 here, 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, 10, 3, 10, 15, 20, and 320, and 20 and a half, 320, going to be 20, going to be 20 and a half, 20 and a 5, 325, 5 here, 325, we get 5, 30, 330, 5, 335, T, 330, 78. Bring them in one at a time. Really? Is this? What are we on? Oh, you gotta go back. Okay, go back. Okay, same deal then. Okay.
Go, open the gate.
275.80 and 275 and 275 here 75 75 75 75 275 and 275 here 75 75 Roger Wilkerson 275 255 and 55 and 55 55 55 55 55 255 60 we get 265 and 70 and 275 80 85 here 85 here Bryce and 285 85 here 85 here 85 here Tubby 9 280. Yeah, 15 more Rogers. 15.
So I wonder if those 15
No, this is different deal here.
Is this Doug?
Probably. Male. Be a load of these.
I don't know.
We don't know. I'll call him.
Eichelberger. Big Doug.
Well, they are the kind, Dad. You saw what he bought here a month ago.
Good one, top there, here, $3, 2.5, and 3 250, 3 2.5, 3 2.5, go to 2.5, 2.5, go to 250, and 3 2.5, 5, and now 7 of 10, go 3 10, 12 of go to 10, 12 of 15, 17 and a half, 17, 15 and 20, and 3 22 and a half, go to 22 and a half, 5, and 25, 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 30, and now 30 and a half, 30 by 30, and now 30, 30 time 1, and 32, 2, 32, 3, 33, 34 here, 34 and 5 here, 35, 6 here, 35, 6 cutter, and 35, 6, and 35, go to 6 cutter, 35, 36 here, 35, 6 cutter, and 35, go to 6 cutter, 35, go to 6 here, 35, now 6, sold them 335, T78. Is that all him?
No, you should be some more.
Probably so. Facility's gonna figure it out. Good old Biggins is right there. Here, 275 and 275. Here, 75 5. Here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 50 and 77 50 and 77 and a half. Here, 77 and a half, 750, 77 and a half, 750 and 77 and a half. Here, going to be 77 and a half, going to be 75 50 and 77 and a half. Here, 77 now 80 and now 80 now 2 and a half. Here, 85 here, 85 750, 87 and a half, now 90 and now 90. You get 90 here, 91 and 90, 92, 93, 94. 40 and 95 and 95 6 here 95 6 95 6 7 and 97 98 98 98 98 and 97 of 8 97 of 8 95 99 99 99 99 99 and 95 90 top rolls out 99 99 99 and 99 3 and 99 3 and half one and 3 whole one here another one here now 2 and 302 3 and half 3 3 and 3 now 4 here 4 5 and 3 now 5 here 5 here 305 and 3 now 5 here 5 here T 304 78 304.
What do you got here?
Long toe. $2. 210 and 210 and 220 30 and now 30 we get 5 we get 40 45 45 45 50 250 255 60 and 265 and to get 5 has to get 5 70 we get 270 and to get 5 70 5 going to be 270 and 65 70 5 going to be 270 Trevor 265 on 1. You guys can hear me online, yes or no? Should be able to. Yes. Thank you, Bryce.
I'm trying. They won't answer the damn phone.
Hang on.
What?
We don't know if we sold those 15 for Wilkerson or 15 for Herring.
So what was the, we sold these odds. What, we sold two big old wild steers came in here. Were they Harrisons or
Wilkersons.
Wilkersons or whose? No, we sold them. And before Eichelberger, you had, yeah, had a card for 15 steers and we never got them. Well, figure it out and let me know. Let's go. Open the gate.
Okay. That looks like Wilkerson.
Hello.
That's Wilkerson. No, they got H in there.
Okay, this is.
Is that herring? Got H in there. Herring. Okay, so you need to go back.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll back a couple of
Okay, I never got Wilkerson.
I'm gonna change
I think we already sold the 15 for Wilkerson.
Well, these are herring.
Yeah, these are herrings.
go.
But we sold herrings.
For Wilkerson.
Yeah, so
We'll
we just
figure
got
it out later. Let's go.
Okay. Here's herring cattle, guys. They're 100 days weaned. Nice, pretty good steers right there. Here. 325 and 25. Yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 25 and 325. 100 days, 325 and 27 and 27 2750 and 27 going to be 27 30 and now 30 32 and a half going to be 2 and a half going to 5 and 35 37 and 37 and 37 and 3750. Yeah, 37 and a half here going to be 3750. Yeah, 37 and a half here going to be 37 and a half here going to be half and 37 and a half here half here Tubby 335 on 75. Thinking of the herrings. No thin steers. Oh, Jernigan's, yeah. 75 days, 75 and 2 rounds, guys. Home race cattle down there at Medill. I topped that market yesterday on the light end. Yeah, all right. 325, yeah, 25, and 25, 20, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 330, and 330, we get 325, 30, 25, 30, and 25, 35, and 35, 40, we get 340, we get 3, 30, 40, and 45, and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, and 45, and 45, here, you got up here, 45, and 45, we get 45, 45, 40, 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 42, 50, and 42 and a half, and 42 and a half here, 40, we get 2 and a half here, Varner, 340 on number 69. Thank you, Jernigans. Probably not.
Well, they're nice.
Here's a Purvines from Fay.
Always nice.
325, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 35, and 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, and 27 and a half here, and 750, and 327 and a half, going to be 7 and a half, 750, and 27 and a half here, half here, so 325, Varner, 69.
So we sold two drafts of 15 hens. First we had done the herring with a hunter with it. And we just sold 15 hens.
Steve Lynch. Here's a Lynch cattle guy from Detroit. 120 days on the winning date, and they are 2 rounds everything. Lynch cattle. Yes, sir. 322 and a half. And 322 and a half. 322 and a half. 2250 and 22 and a half. And 322 and a half. 25, 27 and a half. 33, 30, and 30. And 30 going to be 31. And 30 here, 32, 32, 31, 2, 31, 2, 33. And 33 going to get 4. And 34, 34 and 4 here. 35, 35, 35, 600. And 35 going to be 6, 7. And 37 and 7, 7 of 8. Going to get 37 of 9, 39, 39, 39, 39, 40. And 30, 41. And 41, 41, 41, 2. 43. 42, 3, and 42, 3, and 42, 3, 42, 3, 42, 3, top 342 on 75. Lynches, thank y'all.
Thank you. Dennis West raised all of them.
There's the West cattle guys. Another set of home raised cattle guys. Dennis West. 322 and a half, 5, and 325, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30 here, 25, 30, 25, now 30, and 32 and a half, and 32 and a half, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 50, and 30, 7 and 37 and 37 and 40, and now 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, going to be 40, going to be 40, going to be 40, going to be 40, Tubby, 337 and a half on 75. 6 more of the West cattle guys, all one raising. Three, 10, 12 and a half. You 10, 12 and a half. Go to be 10 and 12 and a half. Go to be 10 and 12 and a half. Go to be 3, 10, 12 and a half. Go to be 10 and 12 and a half. Go to be 10, 12 and a half. Go to be 10, 12, 50. You 10, 12 and a half. Here 10, 12 and a half. Go to be 10, 12 and a half. 15 and 15, 17 and a half. 17, 20 and 3, 20. Go to be 20 and 23, 20 and 20 by 23. Go to be 20. Go to be 23, 23, 20 now 20. Go to be 20. Tubby 3, 17 and a half. 8, 85, 75. Here's those deal cattle from down there in the south. Wow, wow, wow. I really do.
They were like 40 days. I think 40 days weaned, had their shot.
40 days on the weaning guys. They've had all their shots. All one raising the cattle. Here's the deals. 325, 325, you 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 750, you 320, 750, you 27 and a half, 30, we get 3, 30, we get 3, 30, we get 3, 30, now 30, and 30 by 30, going to be 30, we get 30, going to be 30, we get 30, going to be 30, now 30, and 330, and 330 pound, going to be 30, we get 30, going to be 30, now 30. 40 days, 330. Do I do it? 330, and now 30, and 330, 30, and 30, 32 go on, and 31, 31, 32, and 32, 31, 2, 33, 33, 33, and 4 here, 34, you get 4, 35 here, 35, 600, and 36, 7, and 37, going to be 30, hey, going to be 37 of $8, and 37 of 8, 37 of 8, 30, hey, 37 of 8, 37 of 8 here, Varner, 337, 701.
There's more of them. They're nice cattle.
More of the deals, guys, 40 days, on the weaning, they're pretty nice, real nice. $3, 2 and a half. Yeah, $3, 2 and a half. Not 2 and a half here. Not 2 and a half. Gonna get 2 and a half. Gonna be 2 and a half. Gonna be 2 and a half. Gonna be 2 and a half. 3, 2, 50. And 3, 2 and a half here. Half and a half. 5. And 3 and a half. 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 10. 3, 10. 3, 10. 3, 10. 3, 10. 12, 50. And 12 and a half. 15. And 15. 17 and a half. 17. 20. And 3, 20. Gonna be 20. Gonna be 20. Gonna be 20. Bit of a 20. Gonna be 20. By 20 and 20. And 3, 20. And 3, 20. Gonna be 20. Gonna be 23. 20 pound. 3, 20 there. Gonna be 20 here. Gonna be 20 there. Gonna be 20. Tub 317 and a half on 75. 85. Thank you to the deals. From one deal to another deal. Where is he from? Southeast. They were nice. Got mail. David Dunn. Sulphur Springs, Texas. $3 2.5, and $3 2.5, and $2.5 here, $3 2.5, bit of that, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, going to be $2.50, and $3 2.5, and now $5, to get $5, to get $5, to get $5, 7.5, 7.5, 10, going to be $3.10, going to be $3.10, $3.10, and $310, going to be 10, going to be 10, bit of a 10, 10, 12.50, and $12.5, 15, and $17.5, 17, 20 there, going to be 22.5, going to be 2.5, to get $5, and $25, 27.50, and $20, to get $7.5, going to be 27.5, WI 27.5, and $27.5 here, 27.50, and $27.5 here, half here with a T. 325.78. Yeah. It's more white faces.
Yeah, nice deal. Done? You know anything?
I have no idea who this guy is. Sulphur Springs, Texas. Doing a good job of raising these cattle, guys. Oh, these are RWCs. Oh, no wonder. No wonder. Yes.
These were those home raised cats.
These are his home raised cattle, yep. RWCs. It shows too, guys. Long weaned. Yeah, long weaned. 310, 310, and 310, 1250, and 310, 12 to 5, going to be 10 and 12 to 5, going to be 10 and 12 to 5, going to be 10 and 12 to 5, 15, and 15, 17 and a half, and 20, and 320, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 20 and a half, 322 and a half, 5, 22, 50, and 22 and a half, and 5, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, you 27 and a half here, 2750, and 27 and a half here, 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27, going to be half here, T, 325.78. Good ticket. I do.
What?
Him? Wayne Carter? Yeah. You make sure you call him. Well, we had our mail mixed up. 20 more Waynes. I don't know. Hey, tiger stripes? Yeah. He likes them tigers. Yeah. He likes them tigers. 310, and 310, 1250, and 310, 12 to 5, go to be 10 and 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 12 to 5, go to 310, 310, 310, and 310, and 310, go to 10, go to 10, 310, 310, 310, $3, 2.5, and 3 2.5, and 2.5, go to 2.5, go to 2.5, 250, and 3 2.5, here, and a half, and 3 2.5, Jubit Hub, 3 2.5, go to be 2.5, go to 2.5, go to be 2.5, go to be 2.5, Varner, $3.83. Baby calf to a butcher cow. Let's go to Boswell. Here's Jones's. Here's Jacobs.
They're always nice, man.
Just has a little jag about every week, but he has a good cattle.
They're long, long wings.
320, half one, and 21, and 21, and 20, and 21, 21, half one, and 321, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, half one, and 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, half one, and 321, not two, and 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25, and 24, 5, and 24, 5, and 24, 5, 24, 5, and 24, 5, 5 here, T, 324, 78. Thank you, Jacob. That's about it every week. Risers. Humphreys. Armin Humphrey, guys, are 120 days on the winning date. All the shots and everything, guys. Hunter Minko. 350. 355, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 365, to get a 70, to get 375, 75, 75, 375, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 375, and 375 here, 375, and 75, 80, to get 380, to get 385, 85 here, 85, and 90, 95, and 95, to get 95, to get 95, to get 95, to get 95, 95, 4, and 95, to get 4, and 95, to get 4, 95, to get 4, 94, 4, now 5, and 4, hold 5, now 10, and 10, here, 4, 10, go to 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 10, here, Hayes, 405 on 55. Yard him out. Brindle. Four more of these series, guys. 120 days on the winning day. Here, 335, 40, 335, and 335, and 35 here, 335, and 335 here, 3 1/4, and 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, half 30, and half 30, to get 3, 30, and 25, to get 3, 30, to get 3, 35, and 335, 40, and 345, to get 45, 50, and 350, to get 350, and 50, to get 50, to get 50, to get 50, 45, 50 here, Varner, 345, 601. Wonder how many more they got. After this, let's get our yard outs, please. Please. We didn't any on the heifers. Well, they're both pretty big and they're both pretty fleshy, so let's just sell them both. $2. 210. 210. 220. 230. 220 to get 30. Bryce, 220. 9. Let's get our yard outs done. Ear tag 64. Small one. Sell them. 350. 350 and 350, we get 350, we get 350, we get 350, 350 and 350, we get 50, we get 50, we get 350, we get 350, we get 350 and half 50, just lighter. 350, 350, 3 1/4, 330, 330. Bryce, 325 on number 5, 55, 55.
That was off of Charles.
It's the one we held. Burnett, isn't it? Burnett. $2. A little crippled. 210, 20, 220, 30, and 30, even to get 2, 40, even to get 2, 50, even to get 2, 60, even to get 2, 70, even to get 2, 80, even to get 2, 80 online, you're out, 280, and 70, give 80, and 280, even to get 2, 80, even to get 2, 80, even to get 2, 80, even to get 2, 80 here, Ricardo, 270. That one with the big foot. Howard Ranches. Sell him, Gary. Got a big foot. $2. 210, 20, and 210, 20, 220, 220, 130, and 235, and 235 here, 5 here, 40, 5, 50, even to get 250, and 45, 50, and 45, 50, now 5, and 55 here, 5 here, 55, 5 here, 5, and I give 255. Terry, you're out. 255. Trevor, 250 on one. T77. Need one back. Hey, Charlotte. Mary, remember that Brenda was. Brenda off Hayes. Off Hayes, 55, 350. 350 and 350, even to get 350, even to get 350, 350 and 350, 50 down, 350 down, 50, 350 and 350, 325, 30 and 25, 30 down, 30, even to get 5, even to get 40, even to get 5, even to get 50, even to get 5, 55, 55, 60 and 360. You're out, Trevor. 355, 60, 355, 60. Now 5, Bryce. 365 and zig 5 and zig 5 zig now 5 and 365 here 5 here 365 70 and 370 even to get 370 Trevor and 370 going to be 70 even to get 70 even to get 70 going to be 70 even to get 70 sold 365 Bryce 55. Of a T77. Who was he off of? 325, yeah, 325, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, and 325 here, 5 here, $3, now 5, and 3, now 5 here, 5, and 3, and 3, now 3, and 3, now 5, and 3, whole 5 here, 5, and 5, and 5, and 5, and 5, and 5 here, Varner, $3, 67. Black. That's what I'm saying, yeah. Remember, it's going to be cold tomorrow.
89 with a black ant and there pulled another one off. So what's the
Yes, sir. This is a Varner 89. Mark him whatever it costs and put him on 70. Okay. Gotcha.
They're gonna make this one a Varner 75.
Remember, it's going to be cold tomorrow, Pope. You and Mike. And JJ. A lot of that going around here. Bill, you got your toboggan ready?
Okay. This is the black ant on the Varner 89 Andy Moffett.
Full throat. Say that for Andy. $1. 110 and 110. Good to be 110. Good to be 110. 110. 20. 120. Even to get 30. Even to get 30. Even to get 40. Even to get 40. Even to get 50. Even to get 50. 140. 50. 60 and 70 and 70. 80. Even to 80. 90. Even to 190. 190. 192 and 190. Even to get 200 and 190. Even to get 2. Even to 190. Even to get 2. Even to 190. Even to get 200. Here. Good to be 190. Even to get 2. Terry 190 on 9. Two feather necks, they for sale. Put them on Varner 67. What's the price? 320.
This would be a Varner 67.
Make them $3. $3, yeah.
Small Harry and a Brindle, I
Small,
paid 65.
hairy, and a brindle. 350. Now 5 and 55. See you, Jack. 355. You done for the year? You're going to have more. You got more? Good. 350. 350 and 50, 50, 50, 50, 350 and 350, 50, 350, 50, 350, 50, 350, 50, 350. Bryce, hello, 350 and 50 and 350, 350, 350, 350, 350, 350, 350 and 350, 50, 350, 50, 350 here, 30. Now 5, 335. Now 40, 340, 335, 40. Now 5, 345. Brush out, 345. 345 and 345 and 345 here, 345 here, 345. Trevor, 340 on 1. Your way, Dad. All these heifers? Well, we got a bunch of heifers.
He showed up. Nice little heifers. Who's are these?
Roger Wilkerson, kind of late arrivals.
Late arrivals. They're pretty nice, though.
Yes, sir. Right there. 320, 2.5, 320, and 320, and 20 by 20, 320, and 20, 320, and 320, going to get 320, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, 2.5, 22 and 5, and 25, and 25, 25, 20. Yeah, not here. 25, and 27, 50, and then 30, going to get 30, going to be 30, going to get 30, going to be 30, going to be 330, and 32 and a half, and 332 and a half, 5, and 35, going to get 35, going to get 35, going to get 35, going to get 35, and 335 here, 5 here, 5 here. Varner, 332 and a half, 60 X Preg. Yard out the Hereford. Or Rogers. $3 now 5 and 305 and 305 now 5 now 5 here 5 to get 3 to get 3 to get 3 to get 3 now 5 and 3 whole 5 and 3 now 5 here now 5 here 5 to get 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 5. Do what? Yep. You don't get them. $3. $3. 305. Did you bid tub 305? What about 302 and a half? Pokey, $3. 80X. Bregum. Here's some more heifers, guys. Houston McSpirit. Said they were weaned way back here in December. Weaned in December of 2024. But on dry grass. Houston McSpirit. $3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, and 3, 2.5, here, now 2.5, gonna get 2.5, gonna be 2.5, gonna get 2.5, gonna be 2.5, gonna be 2.5, gonna be 250, and 3, 2.5, you get 2.5, and 3.5, 7.5, 750, and 7.5 here, 750.5 here, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 750, you get 7.5 here, gonna be 7.5 here, gonna be 7.5, gonna be 7.5 here, Tubby, 305, 18X. Four more Houstons. Pretty good grass. 275, yeah, 275, 75, 75, 75, 75, 275, and 275, 75, 75, 75, 275, and 275, 75, 75, 75, 75, 275, 80, and 280, and 280, 275, 85, 85, 85, 85, 90, and 295, and 95, 95, 95, so 290, Tub, 18X. You're saying, yeah, Tubby, you're probably not going to get them all. Maybe one. Huh? Take the breads home? Okay. Shouldn't be any breads? Okay. He might get a... Here's Dale Miller from Ada. He's cattle weaned back in April. 2 rounds of shots, been on grass and protein tubs all summer. 3 drafts for the Miller heifers. 325, and 325, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, 330, and 25, 3, 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, and 25 here, 25, 25, 25, and 325 here, 5 here, 325, and 325 here, 5 here, 325, and 325 here, 5 here, and half 30, and 330, 30, gonna be 30, 30, gonna be 30, 30, tub, 30, and now 30, 30 here, sold them 325, Varner. 60X, Bregum, yeah, Artem out. Hereford. White ear, white ear. Sell her for $3 and put her on 54. No preg. Huh? Put her on 502. Gotcha. Last call. Yeah. 3 more of the Millers, guys. We'll get them back here in April. $3 now 5 and 305 and 305 now 5 here, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 305 and 3 and a half 5 here now 3, 3 now 5 and 3 now 5 here now 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 here, Tubby, $3, 18x.
That'd be pretty good.
Steers. Here we go. Yale Miller steers. Way in the back in April. 330. 335 and 335, 35 5 here, 335 and 35 half, 35, 35, 40, 3, 40, 45, 45, 45, 50 and 55 and 60 and 360, 365, 365, 365 and 65 here. Hayes 360 on 65. Just one. 350. 350. 330. 340. You're out. 50. 60. 70. 370 online. 370. Sold him 360. Jason 5. They can pin him with that other one he got. I think he got one this morning, didn't he? I think. 330. 335 and 335, we get 330, we get 330, we get 330, now 30 and 30, 30, going to be 30, we get 30, going to be 33, 35, 35, 35, 335 and 335 here, 5, we get 335 here, Varner 330, 601, 61. You give 330, 330 for him. What about him? 330? 335? 40? Jason, 335, 5. Jason, 8. Well, let us run this show up here, Gary. Don't make me come up there. It wouldn't take long. We'd both run out of air. Hereford heifer. Marker at $3. 602X and preg.
We have Varner 602X with Greg. Is that all you got?
You know how many we sold a year ago this week?
Varner 80X and Carter Damon.
3 months.
Dameron and Varner 80X.
Off of Dameron. Varner 80X. You'll sell her. Hang on, George.
Carter Dameron.
Carter Dameron. Sell her. 250. 250, 60, and 250, 60, we get 250, we get 260, 250, 260, 250, 260, and 250, 60, you're going to be 260, we get 270, we get 280, and 280, and 70, go about you, Larry, 280, she's 3 months, 280, Tubby, 270, 18, center to the shoot. Off a Haynes 6X, a Denny Clark heifer. 7 months bred. 5 months bred. 250. 250, 60, and 250, we get 260, you're going to be 250, we get 260, we get 250, you're going to be 260, Ricardo, 250. Uh-oh, Larry. Sell him. Off a Tubby 18X. 4 months bred, 250. 250, 60, and 250, 60, 70, 270, 280, and 270, 25, and 75 here, 75, 75, 275, and 275, 275, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, Ricardo, 270. Yeah. He did, yeah. Tubby 18X, Brad Langford. They've been aborted. Two by 5 and one's an X. Sell that 2 by 5. $2. 210, 20, and 210, 20, 210, 20, and 210, 20, 20, 30, we get 30, we get 40, we get 40, 230, 40, and 40, 50, and 240, 50, and 240, we get 50, 40, 50, 60, and 260, we get 260, you got Trevor, and 250, 60, and 250, we get 260, 50, 60, you're going to be 250, 260, Conway, 250. She's been aborted. $2. 210, 20, and 210, 20, 30, and 220, 35, and 235 here, 5 here, 235, 40, 5, 50, 5, 60, and 265, 70, and 580, 5, going to be 285, 85 here, 85, you got Trevor, and 285 here, 85 here, 85 here, Tub, 280, 18. 6 months bred, Dale. You want to take her home, have your little family? You want to sell her? 250. 250. $2. 210, 20, 30. 5. 40. 5. 245. 245. 50. 5. 255 online. 60. 265. 265. You're out, Trevor. 265. Varner, 260. 126. Let her go. Dale, you're not much of a cow-calf operator. Off a Tubby 18X, Denny Clark, 3 and 4 months bred. 250. 255, 55, now 55, now 5 here, 55, now 60, and 260 pound here, 5, going to be 260, and 55, 260 there, 5, going to be 260, 5, 265, now 70, 270, and give 70, and 70 there, going to be 70, going to be 70, going to be 70, going to be 70, Ricardo, 265. Shade, you got the horses in the back? I don't.
Are they coming in together?
Yeah, there'll be 2 of them.
Okay.
2 breads. Yep.
Henry Varner, 88X, Allen,
Off Varner 88X, Alan Cowan. These will be pretty nice.
Really were nice.
Think we better call Alan. You got Alan's number? Two months. 250. 250. 255, 60, and 265, 70, 275, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 275, and 275, brush out, 275, and 75, 85, 275, 85, 275, 85, 85, 275, 85, here, Varner, 270, 88, double X. That's it. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. There'll be some more. Maybe.
Yeah, I know there will be.
See you guys next week.